It's your girl Nosy Rosie. Thanks for coming to the Nosy Spot. And let's get right to it. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 13, Episode 4. To be honest, this is only the second episode that I've watched. I don't know. For some reason, I'm just, I'm trying to get into it. But I feel like I'm just going to be so annoyed by the gaslighting, the edited stories, the clicks, all the stuff we know the Housewives franchise to be. But Beverly Hills Housewives is really the only non-black housewife show that I'm into at this point, just because I feel like a lot of the storylines on the other ones are not relatable to me. But Beverly Hills is a little different, and this was even pre-Garcelle. Pre-Garcelle, I could watch Beverly Hills Housewives, just because I felt like they were like entertaining and dynamic and just really like interesting to watch. Yet, I digress. So get into like what I really want to talk about. Garcelle. It's like, I think this is what, Garcelle's third season, and we're only in the fourth episode, and I don't know, Garcelle is just like a huge dud for me. She's just a dud for me, and on one hand, just being perfectly honest, there is a thing that here's this black woman. We know that we have this predisposition for being very strong, 10 toes down. And I understand sometimes, we want to be in our soft girl era. And with that saying, having black skin doesn't always mean you operate, sound, and look and feel, carry yourself in the same manner. So I feel like it's wrong of me to even have that judgment or expectation, but just being honest, it is quite, it's just annoying to watch Garcelle navigate herself through a cast of white women. Like, honestly, if we did the reverse and we talked about when, Kim Bierman on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was only white woman in amongst a cast of black women, but she held her own. So that leaves me with just feeling like you go into this situation having this expectation, feeling like, okay, they're not going to be able to get away with talking to her like this. They're not going to be able to get away with the bias that sits in the subtext. They're not going to get away with their Karen-esque moments. Like, you can tell there's just definitely moments on Beverly Hills Housewives, and I'm not going to say that they're all racist, but I'm just going to say that the energy that kind of projects from these scenes is kind of like, on the one hand with Garcelle, as a white woman, maybe I know I can't say this to you because it's going to be perceived, a certain way. But then on the other hand, there are moments when in their silence, they're projecting how they really feel that are total, just opposite. And I feel like Garcelle knows that. But let me back up a little bit because I want to put some stuff in context. So first of all, I just want to say my favorite housewife of this franchise, and it has been for a while, is Sutton Strack. She is the only real thug on this show. Like, she is the only one for me that shows up authentically. Maybe still going after a drummed up moment of drama, but it feels like she shows up in this moment that otherwise wouldn't exist had it not been for the cameras. But I feel like she shows up as Sutton would. Like, if this were her real life, I feel like the authenticity of who she is like coming across to me. So they go over like the dating. So Sutton is having an issue with dating. She's not able to get the second dates. And you can see that she's like uncomfortable, maybe a little bit embarrassed, but I love that she can be like playful about it. I love that instead of her getting like mad in that moment, she plays the game with Garcelle when she brings it up. And so we obviously know they have some sort of camaraderie or whatever, alliance, allegiance, whatever you want to call it. Um, and then we see quite the opposite when they go to the Magic Mike dance show. And for me, I did, if I'm gonna be honest, I did feel like Sutton kind of was standing in the middle of, she was like teetering on like a little bit of jealousy because she would have liked to be asked to be on the stage, but then also I think once she actually saw the depth that the strippers go to, I think she was kind of like just like uncomfortable. And I can understand both. Um so I think she's aware that she wasn't chosen, and for whatever reason, which I personally believe that it was just a setup. I think that just like it's been the same clique with Erica, with Dorit, and with Kyle, they put themselves on this platform of being the quote unquote cool girls, which really Kyle doesn't really belong in that group because she's really not the cool girl. She very much I'm not trying to come down on this lady, but she just very much gives me always trying to be the cool girl. So now that I have money, I must be the cool girl, but not really. Now that I'm on this show, I must be the cool girl, but not really, because I feel like that's just an essence. It's just like you know what I'm saying? She definitely has middle child energy. Um and Dorit and Erica, they have like just this flavor about them, like just in their fashions, their hair, the way they carry their self. They definitely are cosplaying black women. We're not going to pretend that they are not. They definitely are borrowing from that Kim Kardashian bucket list of fashions and of presentations. Um, so with that being said, like I hate that Sutton like even feels like that. And honestly, and I could be wrong about this, but I feel like Erica can relate more to Sutton than she can to anyone else on this show. I feel like Sutton is a reflection of Erica. I feel like we've seen them get into it so much because of Sutton's honesty and straight upness, and just like being nosy about it. I feel that it bothers Erica. It's really a characteristic that she has, and we've seen her display with other people. And I think honestly, if any of these women had a chance of striking up like a real lifelong friendship, call me crazy, but I can see Sutton and Erica being like super tight outside of the dynamic of this group. So with all of that being said, knowing that Sutton stands in her truth, when she's wrong or she's right, when she's vulnerable, laughing, having fun, whatever the case may be, it is so frustrating to have Garcelle be the whiny girl in the group. Like, I grew up watching Garcelle on the Jamie Foxx show, as we all did. It's super annoying to watch Garcelle. We talk about them cosplaying black women, but she sometimes gives that she's cosplaying white women, like trying to fit into their standards of what it means to be in that social circle. Like always like biting her tongue at times when she should be speaking up. Always trying to be the black woman that does not get labeled angry black woman. Like, lady, this is ridiculous. I feel like at this stage in life and where we are in 2023, we should all be so far beyond that. We know there's a stigma for being called the quote unquote angry black woman, the same way there is now on the opposite spectrum a stigma for racist white women being called a Karen. We are all mature adults and we can understand the difference. So it is so annoying that Garcelle keeps trying to present herself in this classy type of way, which feels like she thinks that somehow she's going to get some type of acceptance, and you are not. Because however they feel, they're going to feel. If there is anyone that is racially biased in the group, they're going to feel however they feel, regardless of how you act. And if there's someone that steps up and calls out racial bias, they're going to feel the same way regardless of how you act. So I do not get why Garcelle keeps doing this little whiny thing. Oh, I don't know if I feel comfortable with you guys around my family. I mean, just after everything that happened, like, I don't know. For me, it just makes you like not respect a person that acts like this. Like, you should be able to stand firm on that. Here's what it is: A, B, and C. I'm a part of this group. I hope at some point we can get to a place where I feel comfortable with you around my family. But right now, this is not the time. Okay, you get feedback from Doree. You get feedback from Kyle. They say whatever they say. And you stay 10 toes down on your truth. Which your truth is what anybody else can identify with. Because realistically speaking, if you did not have these cameras shoved in your face and someone was talking to your kid like that, you would never be around them. You probably would have cussed their ass out, beat their ass, X, Y, and Z. So the fact that you want to whine instead of just firmly stating, because you're so afraid of being pinned into this ghetto black girl thing, like, it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing because for me, it feels like you're one of the women that goes into rooms sometime and represents for all the women that didn't make it into that room. You know, it feels like you go along to get along. And you're never going to be accepted if you are, in fact, sitting amongst people that at their very core have some issues when it comes to black people. So let's oh, this is annoying. Let's go back a little bit. So we know the issue that they're talking about, the reason why Garcelle is saying she's uncomfortable is because Erica told her son last season, get away before you get in trouble, something like that. Now, I remember watching that, and initially I just thought, like, we just caught Erica in her auntie moment, you know? Like, she tipsy. I'm thinking she just over there allegedly drunk, a little tipsy, ain't got time to be playing with no kids, and she kind of like, go now, go now. And so I was not even tripping, like, about it, because I feel like I could see myself in that moment. Like, I could see myself totally, like, tipsy. Here comes somebody, kid. I'm not in the mood. That was one aspect. And then the other aspect at the time was, I don't know. Maybe Erica was, saying, a little fine. I don't know. She could have allegedly been, thinking about some stuff like, boy, get out here before I put this thing on you. So there were just a couple of directions you can go with it. But after reflecting, especially now considering that we know that Erica has been extremely close to Lisa Rinna. Then last year it came out that somebody hired a system of bots to go after Garcelle's son with, this racist energy. So if we do the math and carry the one, if that were true, let's just say hypothetically, allegedly, if it is true, which some people is rumored to, some people say that it was Lisa Rinna that's behind it, and that's the true reason why she's no longer on the show. So if that were true, and this is alleged, of course, but if it were true, if Lisa Rinna did something like that, and Erica Jane and Lisa Rinna are ace boon coons, then when we go back and rewind the past to that moment when Erica is saying to Garcelle's son, get out of here before you get in trouble. Oh no, you can't really even give her grace in that situation, because it feels like she's saying, all right, little black boy, go on, don't get to stealing. Don't get over there touching foods. And, it definitely gives that energy. And I do feel like Garcelle feels like that. But instead of her just saying that, I don't know if it's because she wants to save her diamond on the show. I don't know if it's because she don't want to be the black girl responsible for bringing up these racial undertones. But if you're filming reality, you're filming reality, which is why these shows are so annoying, and probably why I skipped 2 of these episodes, because you know that you're not really filming reality. You're getting excerpts of pieces of people's reality. But nonetheless, the thing about the truth is, when it's the truth, it's in the air. It's all in the body language. It's all in the subtext of what people don't say. And so when she is sitting there explaining in that room, when they're all in their pajamas, when Garcelle is explaining how she doesn't feel comfortable with them having access to her family, and they kind of play this, well, whatever do you mean? What? Like, and then try to pull the card of, well, you said we were moving forward. Are we moving forward or are we not? That was some Karen shit. And that's what people talk about. And the reason why they're able to get away with that is because Garcelle wants to, oh, I can't have my feelings. Oh, I can't have my feelings. Like, shut up. Shut up. Because at the end of the freaking day, if that's how you feel, you say, no, right now I do not feel comfortable. I do want to move forward with you. But at this point, you're going to have to show me that my children are safe around you. You're going to have to show me that I shouldn't have a reason to feel like I need to protect that energy field over there. But instead of saying that, she gets this little whiny voice. She starts to kind of go into, oh, now I need to protect you, and why are you crying? Call her out. Why are you being so passive aggressive about it? That's why people can't mess with Garcelle like that, because she's like lukewarm water, neither hot nor cold. And nobody likes lukewarm water. What can you do with it? You can't really drink it. Can't take a bath in it. Like, stand on one side. And if you're supposed to be talking about your family, then that obviously should be the side you writing for. Not only that, your sons are going to see this. So what do you think that's going to activate in them? This is how I show up in the world? No, when somebody comes for your kids, you go after them, guns blazing. And that does not mean you have to throw your hands all the time. Sometimes you can just speak with authority in a way that lets people know, don't come for me and mine. And then let them try to call out and say, oh, you're getting aggressive. Because that's what they do. Then you check them on that, because you got to be prepared in these situations. You got to go in with the understanding of what possibilities can go down. So I like Garcelle. It's like, I want to say I don't like you, but I can't really all the way go there, because I do like you, but watching you is frustrating. You have the opportunity to stick up for your family whilst also earning probably a 6-figure check, and at the same time representing for so many people like you. And the thing of it is I understand not everyone wants that pressure. They don't want to show up and be the black girl or the black person or the person that got to bring up racial things and that. But you want to know something that is very true? Because you have this platform, sometimes just being is enough. If we were to expunge the blackness out of this situation, and you just focus on you just being a protective mother, you just being a solid person that stands on what you mean, you would automatically represent for so many black women. You wouldn't even have to go into the black woman thing, because just being there in your presence in its full totality is enough. Is enough for somebody to be inspired. Is enough for somebody to feel like, oh, they can do it too. Is enough for somebody to go to work and not allow somebody to take a passive aggressive dig at them. But you don't know how to play it smart. You want to play blend in, and you can't blend in just like you got on them striped pajamas. That's exactly what you look like standing amongst these women. There is no blending in. And then of course, we have Dorese's response, which is very victim. Suddenly, she's reacting to the fact that she does not have full access to Garcelle's family. Bitch. And this is what I mean by, like, people like, and I really don't want to go into the racism thing, but that whole circle they had going on, it was a lot of racial subtext. I don't give a damn what they're talking about. I don't give a damn. And Kyle always over there looking scared. Well, what she meant? Girl, your sister has been known for allegedly calling people N-words. Your niece has been known for allegedly calling people N-words. So the fact that you sit up there and you always on hush, it just tells me what you're about. You know good and damn well how white people talk behind closed doors. But of course you ain't gonna get on the television and say it. Of course you ain't gonna ever invalidate her feelings because you a weak ass hoe. I don't like Kyle. I don't like Kyle. And Kyle is not the leader of, or the queen. Erica is. I'm going to tell you right now. Moving away from Garcelle for a second. Erica is the true queen. And I see her for her works. Erica is moving up the ranks. Erica is the true queen. And I don't necessarily like her all that much these days either. But Erica is the queen of the Beverly Hills Housewives right now. But I digress. There is a reason why there is now a black woman amongst every cast, because we need to change these realities. And so that is why when Garcelle sit up there and start whining and cannot navigate her way through this situation like the full-grown adult she is, and will allow Dorit to sit there and really like become a Karen like right before our very eyes. How are you hurt about her hurt feelings? Why is your reaction not, oh, I hate that you don't feel comfortable even still after a year? What is it that I can do to show you, that I'm not this person, to show you that I support you and want you here? No, she goes the opposite. And the truth of the matter is none of them want her there. Because they have to be confronted with the reality that happens in the world outside of the Beverly Hills Housewives camera. And when you're confronted with the reality, at that point, you have to acknowledge it. And when you acknowledge it, you have to take action. And the problem is they don't want to take action. And the problem is they don't want to acknowledge it, because that is acknowledging biases within their own selves. Racist behavior allegedly happening within their own family dynamics. They don't want her there, because her being there, her presence, it exposes them every single time. Even though Garcelle is not wise enough and is not the man with the master plan, her being there and having these very simple conversations that should be easy peasy, it exposes who they really are. Because Dorit is a straight up Karen. I can't stand her. Like, I could have sworn, didn't she have some alleged lawsuits? Why aren't we talking about that? It's like, I don't even understand how the producers continue to allow some of these storylines to go down the way that they do. Erica needs the money, so you should be pushing and pushing for her to give more of herself. Dorit needs the money. Kyle's marriage is allegedly in trouble, or she's already separated, or whatever the case may be. If they're not willing to push them out. Because as of right now, Even though Garcelle is annoying as heck, she is just exposing like the underbelly of Beverly Hills, the underbelly of Orange County, the underbelly of all of these 1% areas in America that still have such a tremendous impact on everybody else. So Garcelle, I'm tired of you. You need to get it together. Dorit, you are a Karen. Kyle, you just weak as like I just can't. I love me some Sutton. I can't stand Erica, but at the same time, I live for her because I feel like she is the true anchor of this show at this point, and I feel like she is ascending to the throne, and the girls ain't watching and seeing what she's doing. I definitely I see that, and I feel like it's needed. She can be a villain queen, whatever. Probably won't ever like her again. But the point is, it's a TV show. So if we're going to have someone be the queen, throw out these fake words, then it is Erica. Okay? And then Sutton is, I don't know if I want to say Sutton is like her Scottie Pippen to Michael Jordan, or she like Shaq. I don't know. But just those two, I just think it's an interesting dynamic. Kyle, she just needs to go. She's just like taking up space. And again, Garcelle, grow up here. All right. Thanks for stopping by the Nosy Spot. Please leave your opinions in the comments, like and subscribe. Peace.